Warning: the content of this podcast may offend you. If you are a snowflake or easily offended, please stop watching now.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back.
Welcome to Rubber City Throwdown, or RCT Productions, the Throwdown, sponsored by Honor Fighting Championship and Cage Thunder, the official voices. With us today, we've got William Ferguson out of Erie, PA.
Reigning champ.
Reigning champion.
Yeah, buddy.
William Ferguson. Thanks for coming on the show, man. We're trying to get you out here for a little bit. We finally got you out.
Yeah.
Let's get that mic a little bit closer to your face.
That better?
Hell yeah. You can be like right here. You'd be good.
All right.
So how's it going, man?
Not bad. Just training a lot, you know.
How's the hand?
It's better. Still sore, but hey, it happens.
Yeah, I just caught KO with an uppercut Friday. And break my hand or nothing like that, but damn, my finger is fucking
all
sore.
jammed up.
It's the worst. I just hit one of our guys in the hip bone with it the other day. Whew. See, that boxing fracture never heals, especially if you're a fighter. So.
Right. Oh no, yeah. So you're currently on a 3-fight win streak. You're a current Honor lightweight, correct? Lightweight title holder. You're coming off of a victory at your last fight was Nautica for Honor against Tim Hughes with that nasty. Was it a forearm?
It was like Americana with the leg, right?
Yeah.
What did he break?
It was his
femur or humerus.
Humerus. Yeah,
There we go.
Femur.
That was
That's my arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a nasty break, man. That was we still talk about that, and I can still hear the sound. I refuse to watch the fight because I can't watch you know that show Scarred, skateboard. I can't watch that shit just because watching guys get their bones dislocated, broke, their arms going this way. I can't watch that shit. It grosses me the fuck out. So yeah, it's watching that and commentating that fight and seeing it unfold and knowing that it was going to happen, but I couldn't look away. It's like one of the worst feelings, man.
Because I saw what you were going for, and I'm like, that's one of my. When you went for it, I thought you were gonna almost do like an arm bar across your thigh, but then when you stepped over, I'm like, yeah, it's done. If he doesn't tap, that's gonna break.
Yeah.
Snap. But
He tried to roll out of it somehow. I don't know. He lifted his body up and tried to roll out of it. I knew he wasn't going anywhere. I had it locked down. Told him to tap, but he thought he could get out of it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Tim's got that crazy toughness in him, though.
Yeah, it's
so.
the heart of a fighter, man. Like I said, some guys got that stubbornness, and I don't think he felt the need to tap. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of guys will tap because they feel that pain.
Yeah.
They lose that breath. They go to take that big deep breath in where they're getting choked and they realize they can't. They panic and they tap. Some guys who are used to going night in practice just show their big dick and they won't tap. And then you get an arm bar and you start to feel your arm hyperextending and they panic and tap. I think that that submission was one of those where, like, I don't think he felt any pain. He didn't feel
It wasn't
his
on a
arm.
joint. It didn't
Exactly.
break on the joint, you know. So he was probably like felt
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah, he's like, I feel pressure. Good. It doesn't hurt. I think I can get out of this. And then it just snaps.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, shit. I don't even think he actually felt any pain from the initial break either.
No.
You know, I think it's just enough adrenaline at that point. But I mean, I'm sure he felt it afterwards, but I mean, he was in good spirits. We did an interview with him.
Yeah, he
in
wouldn't
the
leave.
ambulance. Yeah,
He wouldn't leave.
He refused to leave. He was holding up the show. We're like, we got to get down there. I'm like yelling at Kay, like, dude, Matt's like, hey, he's like he doesn't want to leave. I'm like, Kale, just take the camera, get the hell out, you know, get that shit done. So, no, that was a fun show. That was a fun fight. Let's talk about your upcoming fight against Sean Foster. This is going to be a great fight. I think a lot of people don't really, because Sean Foster hasn't been competing with Cage Thunder or Honor. So locally, people know who he is, but I don't think a lot of people know the significance of this fight and how good this fight's going to be, because Sean is a very talented ground guy.
He is.
But if you watch him fight, he's not one of those guys who immediately goes to the ground. He likes to stand and throw punches. He likes to showcase his striking. And honestly, a lot of his fights that have ended on the ground was because their opponent got frustrated because they couldn't stand and strike with him, and they took a poor shot or they tried to shoot in, and he just
sprawled.
He just took advantage of it and used his ground. And we've seen Sean in like Fight to Win. He's a purple belt. I believe he's still a purple belt.
Yep.
And you know, he's a very talented grappler. And I remember he made the comment to Bluegrass MMA's what's his name? McKinney. Dave. There we go. Dave McKinney, saying that he was actually afraid to strike. You know, he's afraid to strike, man. I don't like strike. I'm afraid of it. And then he goes in there and he fights, and he's just beating the hell out of the guy. And they're like, I think you're lying, you know. And
that's funny. His last opponent was actually a striker, a very good striker, and he did really well. He actually lost a split decision. So
yeah, well, the two losses that he has is from split decision. He fought Ethan Hayes his last fight. Ethan's a good, so Ethan's a very talented striker, and that's the thing. It's, you know, with Sean, like I was saying, is he likes to stand and bang. He doesn't just immediately shoot right in, and you are kind of like that as well. And you showed that against Tim, where you didn't just immediately shoot in. And I don't know if that was your game plan, knowing that Tim, most, if not all of his wins were by submission or triangle choke. You didn't want to just shoot right in and immediately go make it a ground game, make it a ground fight. But as far as this fight goes, that's why it's so interesting to me, and that's why it's going to be such a good fight, is because you both have that similar style. Stylistically, you guys are going to stand and bang, and then whoever goes to the ground first, you know. And I think that you, ground-wise, can actually compete with Sean. You know, I don't think that he's going to be any more dominant than you. You know, I mean, like, 'cause I think that's where he gets away with a lot of his wins, is that he's fighting guys that are trash on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Without giving your game plan away, like if you compare what you think of like your skill set to his, where do you think you might have an advantage, or where you have to like game plan more?
You know, like he was saying, I think we're going to be pretty even on the ground. It's going to be a pretty stalemate, basically. Whoever gets the top control, or you know what I mean, makes the first mistake is going to. But as far as stand-up goes, I think I got him on stand-up. I have a little bit longer reach. He's only like 5'6", 5'7", so.
Yeah, he's 5'6", and he's fought. Actually, I think every guy that he's fought has been taller than him.
Yeah.
I mean, he fought. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was 6 foot. One guy was 6 foot. The other guy was over 6 feet.
I think Ethan Hayes is 6'3", actually.
Yeah. So. It's 6'3" at
155.
He's
was that fight at 45 though? Was it 55?
That was 55. Okay. Yeah.
Well, still, even being 6'3" at 55 is still pretty.
Yeah.
It's still pretty tall.
I mean,
he's tall for that.
Jamar's what 6'1", 6'1.5", and he's like, you look at him and it's like, oh shit, he's tall for a 55er. You look at someone taller and it's like, that could be an awkward problem.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I've cross-trained with him before. When I first went down there, I was like, there's no way he fights at 55. Because, I mean, when he's not cutting weight, he's actually a pretty stocky guy. He walks around, he lifts constantly. So, Yeah, he's a bigger 55er. But yeah, I think as far as Sean goes, I think I'm gonna have the better stand up. But even then, it's gonna be a really good fight. I'm super excited.
Now, are you ready to go all 3 rounds with this fight?
Oh, yeah.
Because I could definitely see this fight going the distance.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say, I would put money on whoever's cardio is better is the one that's going to win because the other guy's going to get tired and make a mistake.
Yeah, because he's never been finished.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm ready
the
to
2
go.
losses that he has on his record are both by decision. So.
Yeah, and they're both really good guys. That Anthony Romero, I think
Yeah.
it was his name, he was a solid fighter. So, yeah, it's going to be a good fight. I'm super pumped about it. I'm training like crazy right now. 5-6 days a week at least, you know. Some days.
Speaking of that, go ahead
some-
and tell everyone like where you train at. And
I train at 3 Elements, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I got Tom Gardner's our black belt, or Brad Gardner's our black belt. Really good teacher. We're more of a jiu-jitsu school than anything, but our striking's not bad.
get the work when you need it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So with this fight coming up, other than your fight, you see the card that was put together. What fight are you looking forward to seeing?
You know, I just love to watch the fights, honestly. Like, stylistically, a lot of fights are going to be really good one. I like Andrew Law. I like to watch him, so that's going to be a good fight. Yeah, I honestly haven't really paid much attention to the other fights on the card, just trying to concentrate on my own. But, yeah, pretty pumped about it, honestly.
Yeah, so I always liked fighting pretty early on a card because I didn't have to. I could actually stop at win or loss. You know, you could stop and enjoy the rest of the rest.
Watch
of the
with no
fights.
nerves.
And even like in your case, you're probably you're probably the main event for the amateurs. So you're probably
Fifth from the top.
Yeah, 5th from the top.
Yeah.
So even you really can't even enjoy all the fights leading up to yours because you're focused, you're warming up, stretching out, getting your hands wrapped, trying to get in that mental mindset, you know, for your fight. But yeah, Andrew's fight. He's fighting Reggie Merriweather, which is going to be a very interesting fight, depending on which Reggie actually shows up to fight. And you know, just from paying attention to Law's social media, you know he's training. He's cross-training all over the place, so he's ready. Plus, he coaches too up around 250, so he's not ever, he's never not ready. He's never not in shape, and a real big judo guy. With the main event of this card, Isaiah Chapman and Donald Ballou.
Yeah.
And Donnie just came off of a title win. So he actually rematched the guy that Isaiah beat.
Yeah, Rob Walker.
Walker. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a really fun fight. Then with Drew Schottenheimer and Mike Putnam, Josh Roller and Joshua Hill. So those are the the 4 pros that are on this card. That's a lot of people are locally with. I mean, hell, you put Josh Roller, Drew, Law, and Isaiah on a card together in Akron, you're bringing in a lot of people.
Yeah.
So if you guys are trying to get to this show, you might want to start getting your tickets now.
Good luck, because
there's no tickets available.
There's no tickets already?
There's
Jesus Christ.
Ring of Honor, Circle of Honor. There's a few left of each. As far as all the GAs, they're either sold or they're in fighters' hands that are selling them.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there's any Circle of Honors left because I grabbed the last ones that
Really?
they had. Yeah, there's no tables left.
So we have a couple guys fighting on that card, and they're like, hey, get your tickets, and they
4.
They slacked. Yeah, they drugged their ass. And
Yeah.
they barely got any, didn't get any tickets. So it's like, all right, man. But I mean, hell, the amateur co-main event is Jeff Ofak and Chokin.
Yeah, and that's
like
a
25 title.
yeah, that's a good fight too.
So yeah, it's. Hell, you got guys like KO, who's always a big name in Akron as well. We got Marcus Crawford, Parker Wills. The George Pointer, he actually sells a ton of tables himself.
And he couldn't get any.
He couldn't even get any. And that's the grudge match. I still say that the Terry Demore and Ben Mee's fight is going to be more of a grudge match
Yeah.
more than anything. But this, George and Donovan were supposed to fight, and then George got hurt, and they were already like mad shit talking to each other to begin with. So now that both fighters are coming off of a loss, this is going to be a good fight for both of them. And George is he's taking his training a little bit serious.
Yeah.
He's in here with Firth, heavyweight, Akron heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
I don't want to say legend, but
I mean,
what would you call him?
he's a veteran, a pro veteran.
Oh,
You know, he fought Wilder and Fury. So I mean, shit.
Yeah, those are both really big names. Just to be up on that level would be amazing.
And I think he's 21-11-5. He's got a winning record. He's a big dude. So it's good work. And as far as George having to move his head, all the little stuff that he was lazy with before, he can't do that now.
Right.
So.
And yeah, we're talking about George. His last fight was against your brother Chuck Lamp,
Yep.
and that was a good game plan. I want to say I didn't get an opportunity to really talk to you or Chuck after that fight because obviously we were working the event, we were working the show, we had other guys going in, but that was a very good game plan that you guys had going in against George. Not a lot of people who have fought George have really utilized the leg kicks in the way that Chuck did, and I think that was a huge deciding factor.
I said if he didn't put George on the mat, was it 3 or 4 times from that front leg kick, he'd have lost.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think
even
he
if it
pushed
wasn't
the
like a
pace
knockdown
enough.
or knockout.
Yeah.
Hitting the mat 4 times, I'm just like, if you don't finish this, you're done.
Right.
Yeah.
Because and I told George that I'm like, and then what frustrated me the most is we were working on doing that same damn thing,
Yeah.
and he just didn't do it because I think he took that one kick and he just kind of, and then I don't know if you could hear me, but Norm was there. There was one punch. Like George just took, he didn't move his head, and I'm like, "Are you awake? Are you ready?"
Yeah, are you awake now?
Yeah.
Do you see it now? And because that was always a big thing, like leading up to that fight, I was talking about on the podcast was, Chuck's power, and like, I don't think George has really fought a guy. He fought Nick Brashear, but Nick
Brashear
was more of he wrestled. That fight was more on the ground. Then it wasn't on the feet for the duration of the entire fight.
The first and third round was, but they with him and Nick, they went at it the first rounds.
Right.
Second round, Nick was like, "Yeah, fuck that." Back trip, was on top of George the whole time. Third round, Nick was so tired. Like George was teeing off on him, but then he was too tired to actually catch up and finish anything.
Right.
You know, but. And he's fighting Chuck. It's like, man, I don't not like this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
I
two
remember
good dudes in the ring fighting, and it's and they're both kind of like, one guy lands something, half the crowd's cheering, and then he gets hit twice. Then they're just back and forth, and then leg kick on the mat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember telling George, like, I don't know if you understand this. I was like, but Chuck he's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
He is going to hit
Yeah.
you, and if you think that you're going to hit him one time and you're going to just knock him out like you did against Christian Godoy, if you think that's going to happen with Chuck, it's not going to happen. And we really was really trying to get him to work on his cardio. And I'm not saying like both guys' cardio was shit. It might have been, but for as hard as those guys were going, they kept it. They kept it going. They put it all out there. They left it all out on the canvas, and. It was funny. I got to buzz Chuck's balls about it. He's like, I don't want an interview.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I think it was just because he was so out of breath.
He was exhausted.
He was talking. We were talking afterwards, and I was like, he's like, I don't want an interview, and I was like, what makes you think you won? And he's like, so what are you saying, man? I'm like, I was just playing. I was like, nah, you're good. I was like, I'll let KO know if you win. I don't want an interview, but it was just exhaustion alone.
What's Chuck been up to? When is he going back to?
I don't
205.
know. He, I don't know. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I hope it does. I hope he, cleans up his diet and starts working a little harder. But he actually hasn't been back to the gym since that fight. Just working on some personal things. He'll be back in eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever go down to 205, but I hope he goes out and does at least heavyweight, not super heavyweight.
Right.
Because his cardio at super heavyweight just wasn't there. He didn't have to have the discipline that he usually has to have. So
Right.
he didn't really push himself like he usually does.
And that's what's hard about anyone fighting super heavyweight.
Hell, heavyweight. Is
Yeah.
hard
They're
too.
so like looking for one punch or a sloppy takedown, and it's the march. You know, it's the fat guy Muay Thai march. We're just
Yeah.
and just waiting. You know,
The diet. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people don't have to really diet when they're at that weight, and people don't understand how much food
Slows
dictates
you
your
down.
cardio.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like-
that's why it was when Tyree Johnson fought Jaden Talker at Cage Thunder on February 2nd. Jaden's output, when he first started, we're all just kind of like, for a heavyweight, because we're like, this dude's he's gonna tire out, and then he never did.
Yeah,
and
he's
that's what was
machine.
like. But you get, but that's the effect that that'll have on someone, because he tired Tyree out.
yeah,
And Tyree, he threw 3 times as many punches as Tyree did, and that would fight. Most of that fight was on the stand-up, and Tyree was done. If he didn't have such a big heart, I think the average heavyweight amateur fighter probably would have not came out for the third belt.
yeah. And it was close. He almost didn't, but
Yeah.
yeah. So
But Chad got in his ear, and then Mike Siebert was in his ear, like, "You're not giving up. Are you sure you want to give up,
Right.
dude?" And he's like, "No."
Yeah, I've been in the ring, and actually when I went up against Jason Mullins, he came in. My coach came in the 3rd round. And I was like, "Man, I'm tired." He's like, "I didn't ask you if you were tired." He was like, "Are you ready to go finish this fight?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm exhausted though." I was like, "Don't expect too much."
Yeah, poor conditioning will definitely bring out the weakness in a fighter's mind.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of guys will give up.
yeah. So here's a question. So being a fighter that's probably going to go pro, right? Are you wanting to go pro in Ohio or PA?
Honestly, Ohio's been better to me
Yeah.
all around. I fought in PA a couple of times. I just don't like the way the commission's set up and stuff
Right.
like that. The Ohio commission, in my opinion, is way better. I fought in New York too. That wasn't too bad, but more than likely, I will probably go pro in Ohio.
Yeah. It's just with the 9-fight rule and winning record. What are you at now?
6-2.
I'm 6
6
and
and
2,
2.
so my
That was my next
after
question.
next fight, I'll be
Say-
eligible. So
Pending outcome of this fight, I mean, even if you lose this fight, you can still technically go pro.
right, which I plan on doing, by the way. Win or
Okay,
lose,
that
I'm
was,
gonna
yeah,
go
that
pro.
was that
Yeah.
was my question. It was are you going pro after this fight, or if strictly if you win? Are you going
No,
pro? So you're
I
definitely,
think I've tested myself enough, especially after this fight, because most of the guys that I've went against are pretty high level guys. So
What do you think is a good debut for Will?
Nautica, man.
No,
I know.
who though?
Who?
Who do you think?
Oh shit. Are you saying at 55?
yeah, I've cut the 45 twice, and it just drained my body. I really wasn't into it.
Oh man, I don't know. 55's for a pro debut.
Right.
I don't know. It's honestly it's going to depend when, like what card you're going to try and get on for your pro debut, and who's, there might be someone with 6 or 7 fights by that time is like, fuck it, I want on.
Yeah.
So that's hard. Well, with your pro debut, like as far as timing, when would you want to do that?
I don't know. That extra 2 minutes from 3 to 5, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I definitely got to work on my cardio a lot.
When I sneak
so-
in the clock and I change just bag drills from 3 to 5,
Yeah.
after 3 minutes, everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, last week I was going 5-minute rounds boxing, and I mean it's just it's a huge difference.
Especially with boxing, the pace is different. Now, 5 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
And you're just boxing.
Yeah.
Your shoulders get tired. You're like, it's only been 2.5 minutes. What?
I'm not big into boxing, man.
No?
I'm not. I've never been real big into just strict boxing. Like they kept trying to get me to do gloves this year. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. Like,
Yeah.
It's something that never really interests me, And with my height and where my weight's at, it doesn't make any sense. Like if I was your weight, I'd probably do more boxing.
Yeah.
But and that's a big reason why I don't want to stay at heavyweight in MMA. I made. Cujo McCall made that very clear to me years ago when he almost broke my damn neck. and he broke the bridge of my nose in training, as kind of realized that I wasn't ever going to really make it as a professional heavyweight.
Yeah.
And then later confirmed when I fought Josh Stansberry, who later went to the UFC, dropping to light heavyweight after fighting him, that even light heavyweight was probably a stretch for me as well. So that's why I'm not I'm not in a big rush to get back in the cage, but we've been talking.
There's a plan. There's a plan.
There's a plan right now, and I will be fighting in 2019. So
That's awesome.
'Cause, I have a feeling there's going to be quite a few pro debuts at Nautica. Just random feeling.
Okay.
In August.
Do they have any idea when it's in August again?
24th, yep.
24th or 3rd.
That wouldn't be too bad.
Whichever one's the Saturday. Let's
Sure was a
see.
Saturday. Yeah.
That's kind of what I wanted to do, honestly, was take most of the summer off
24th,
and
yeah.
jump back into it maybe at the end of the summer or whatever. But we'll see how it goes. I have a son, so when you train as much as I've been, because I had to back out of my last fight because I hurt my hand again, and I think 3-4 weeks later I hopped right back into training because my doctor said it was okay to get back to it, and I scheduled the fight. So been in another fight camp, and it just takes a toll on you. You know what I mean, as far as family goes.
It's definitely a sacrifice that's hard. You know? It is.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, man. Regardless, the outcome of this fight, we're a big fan. We're looking forward to you making your pro debut, hopefully in the year 2019. Make sure, again, guys, keep your eye out. I think online at fightertix.com they're sold out. Like I said, I think there's some Ring of Honor tickets still available, but we'll try to keep everybody posted. And there will probably be some tickets that'll be available at the door, general admission, standing room tickets. Again, that's March 23rd, 2019 for Honor Fighting Championship 8. That's a Pro-Am at the Chaparrals Event Center located on 2418 South Arlington Road in Akron, Ohio. And again, Will, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And until next time, guys.